Timefall page. From Papyrus, this is IndyCar Racing.
Welcome to Dwelling of Duels. I'm your host, Evil Sonic. This is a bit of a weird one. So, for anyone who does not know what's happening this weekend, there's a place called San Jose. And in that place, they are having a convention that is called MAGWest. Now, here's the thing. Dwelling of Duels is going to have a live, in-person listening party at MAGWest. Exciting, no? Here's the thing. It's going to be on Sunday afternoon. And if you don't know how weekends work, that is late in the weekend, towards the end of the convention. And so, what we wanted to do was to have a party tonight, giving everyone a chance to listen and to vote and to, chat about these songs before the convention got into full swing over the weekend. And that way, that live in-person listening party could be more like a pajama jammy jam. And everyone will have voted already. The voting deadline is actually going to be before the listening party in person, which means there's going to be a live results reveal. So that's exciting. All made possible by the Valiant, the Numa Joe and Darmok and Numa Joe, if you will. And they are going to be hosting at the live in-person listening party at MAGWest, the theme of which, as you will see the image zooming by on the screen, is Racing Games Redux. Yes, that's right, it's a Redux. The first Racing Games month was back in August of 2005. Several of the tracks we just heard in the pre-show were from that month. And so tonight we are going to do a sort of a more formal listen to the songs, cast your votes, write your reviews, so that way everyone's having fun at the party. One of the things we are going to do to try to make that party more fun for those who can't be there in person is, I don't even know how to describe it, but so Darmok and Numa Joe are going to be emceeing the event in person. They will be up at the stage. They will have things going on the screen. They will have music going on in the room. We are going to stream that event, but we are not going to try to stream the music there. I'm going to be running the music for the stream, like kind of low level. They're going to focus on the room. Also in the room are going to be some excellent duelers and dwellers who I have asked to download Video Ninja onto their phone so that they can do sort of like the sights and sounds, the eyes and ears of the event in person, and we'll have stuff going up on the stream so it'll feel like you're there. I am still interested in finding out more about who else is going to be there, and if I can bully or cajole or convince you to download an app onto your phone so that we can stream you all over the internet. That's awesome. And if that was all that was going on right now, right this weekend, that would be pretty cool. That would be enough as it is, but we've got more. You might notice my stupid face is on the camera right now. You can see it. It's right there. I'm looking at it. It's right there. The reason that's happening is because after the music plays tonight, we are going to go into a banner artist breakdown with a very special guest, Andromeda, who did the banner art this month, or I can't say month, this fortnight and a half of the Racing Games Redux. She's going to share some of the process that went into making the art, her history around video games and music and video game music, and maybe we'll have a few laughs along the way. So this is going to be a shorter listening party than usual because there was a a shorter time limit than we normally have. With the in-person events, I live in fear that there will be too much music and we won't have a chance to play it all in person. So we had a 2-minute deadline, or a 2-minute limit. And so with 11 tracks, that is less than 22 minutes. We've got 3 alts. How many tracks do we have? I think it's 11 mains, 3 alts. And I'm going to be inviting you to keep it right here. No breaks, just music. Yeah, no breaks, because we are racing. You got to hit those turns, pedal to the metal, throttle, vroom, vroom, stay for the alts. Keep it right here.
Chocobo, Camilla, and Camilla's paw
All right. Normally, I do a you just heard, but you just heard all of them. Like, you just heard all the mains. So, I'm not going to do that right now. Like I said, this is a little bit of a weird one. So, normally, when we have a listening party, there's enough music for us to have several station breaks, and I go over all the things. I think the very biggest piece of news that's going on right now is not here, but at West. That MAGWest fest that is happening out west, that's best. And I can attest, I've got the words, but I don't have the sentence structure to keep that going. Mest, rest, test. You get the gist. We have voting going on right now. The voting deadline is at a time that is called Sunday morning. God damn it. I'm typing into Discord to get information. It's not giving... Okay, there we go. Deadline. Racing Games submission deadline is a day ago. Hopefully nobody missed that. The streamed basement party, that's now. The live listening party will be Sunday, 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 local time to San Jose. The voting deadline is in 3 days. That is Sunday, August the 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern. That is 9 a.m. Pacific, and it's like past Silfer's bedtime. I don't know what time it's going to be in Australia. But voting is up right now. You have 3 days to cast those votes. We're going to tabulate them. We're going to calculate them. We're going to have a few hours to prep the behind-the-scenes stuff so that Darmok and Numa Joe are ready to go with revealing the results live and in person at San Jose. That's so cool. It's great. We have a threadless store. We have a Discord. We have a Patreon. We love Impact Soundworks. Keep it anonymous. Write reviews. I'll put this one up here. This is timely. But at the megamixtape.com website, you can write reviews. You can also write reviews in Discord. You can write reviews like in a Sharpie on a bathroom wall. That might not get you the vote boost that you do if you share it publicly in a place that we all know. But writing reviews is fun. It's also something you can work at and practice. I know people say, I don't know how to write reviews. And they usually don't sound like that, but that's how they sound to me because it is a thing that you can do. You can get better at it. It's just like any other instrument or skill. Practice, practice, practice. Get to Carnegie Hall. I did promise that there would be a break between the mains and the alts, and that's not just for all of you who are urinating while I'm talking. I need a little break too. So what I did was, let me see if I can make this work. If I had been thinking about it, I would have tested this ahead of time, but I wasn't, so I didn't, and I'm going to do it on the fly. And that's going to be just fine. Okay. There's an ad going on in there. How do I pop this out? Oh, right. Interact. Skip. Thanks. And turn that off. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. I have some stock footage of race cars on a loop. And I'm going to play some foobar music. And that's what we're doing right now. I'm okay with it. It's like I said, this is a weird one. we're just gonna lean into that. So without further ado, I'm going to give us a little bit of a. That's too long a song. I don't need 6.5 minutes. Sorry, S team. Where's? Okay, this is the one. 5 minutes. Jeez, why did I pick all these really long songs? Okay, there we go. So what's gonna happen now that I have my wits about me is that I'm going to switch the screen over and take a short break, but keep it right here because this is Dwelling of Duels. And thank you for keeping it right here. Duels, duels, duels. All right. You just heard a Shane's Mute City from the August 2005 Racing Games month, and you just saw some free stock video of car racing I found on YouTube on a loop. I'm your host, Evil Sonic, and I thank you for staying, because the thing you're staying for two things. First, you're going to stay for the alts. After that, you're going to stay for the banner artist breakdown, with none other than Andromeda. Huzzah. For right now, though, we still have 3 alts. Just as a heads up, the final alt you will be listening to tonight is different from the one on the website because Anon reached out to me and said that they listened to it in their car and realized they hated the mix. So they sent me another one. And since it's an alt, I was like, yeah, we can put this up in the listening party. We'll make sure that that's the version on the playlist for the in-person party. But I will be damned if we're updating the website for you, whoever you are, anonymous. And they said, yeah, that's reasonable. I'm paraphrasing. But anywhoomst, let me get my little text pad file out here so I can cut and paste the text that is the next track. And it will be ready when I click buttons. But for now, keep it right here. Stay for the alts. Slide that right. Scoop those mids, fix that snare. 5 guitars right here because this is Dwelling of Duels. Duels. Fuck. There we go. All right. You just heard some alts. And now we have the next event of tonight's party, which is the banner artist breakdown. And because I am very well organized and I have lots of things ready to go, this is the part where I'm going to tell Andromeda to pop in those AirPods and get ready for Discord. Hang on just a sec. I don't need these headphones on to talk. I feel weird talking into a microphone without the headphones. Is this what my voice sounds like? I don't know. I hate it. Anywho, I am popping in those AirPods because the internet is a strange and magical beast, and I don't know how to use it. So when we do these streams, I'm always like, hey, use your good microphone for the people at home to hear us, and use a different microphone for whatever else so we can hear each other. So, Andromeda, are you ready in the chat? I'm going to start a voice call imminently. I'm going to assume she's ready. Okay, she's ready. So let's click that button. Yeah, I'll start a call. You're not on yet. Are you ready to go onto the internet? All right. So, here we go. Welcome, Andromeda. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. This is very weird because my video is on a delay and I'm freaking out about it, so I should probably move that off my screen, but hi.
Oh yeah, you don't want to look at that. That's like that's streamer 101 is don't even think about it. All right, we got the microphones going. So earlier today we did our tech check. I say earlier today, it was minutes before we were starting the pre-show because I assumed like it was all going to be fine. Like, we're both in the same house. If anything goes wrong, like, oh. And then like 5 things went wrong. And I'm like, this is why we do a tech check.
One of which is that my mic keeps falling down. So if it falls down, I apologize. I will fix it. But yeah.
She's not talking about me, everyone. She's talking about the audio capture device, the old microphone. So, Andromeda, welcome.
Hi.
So, for anyone who doesn't know Andromeda, do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want me to talk a little bit about you? I have like a few things in mind. Okay, so Andromeda has been entering DoD since 2021, and over the past, I guess it's been 2.5 years or so, you've been more involved at the operations level. You've become quite indispensable and irreplaceable at all things website related. There are very many times when something happens on the website and I'm like, I don't know what's happening here, please fix this. And she will just swoop in and do the thing. If anyone ever sends me a message asking me about something on the website, my first response is going to be, you should create a ticket because Andromeda knows how to fix it and I don't. So that's a little bit, that's scratching the surface of what you've been doing around DoD. You've also done a lot of performing. You've, been mixing, you've done some pretty great stuff. This is weird because usually I interview people that like I know a little bit.
Not your literal wife.
Literal and figurative, but yes.
Right.
So usually I start with the I have my topics of discussion for the Banner Artist Breakdown, and the first bullet point is, "Hi, who are you?" So,
Who am I?
you made art.
You're actually
You
asking
made
me?
art this. Well, you made art this month. What do you want these people to know about you? I know a lot of stuff that you probably don't want me to. And like, by the way, everybody, there are a few things that like if I bring up, she has said she is just gonna close the stream. So
There's one thing.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history of making art? I know you've been doing a little bit more lately. I know you've done some in the past. I know you found a book you made when you were 12 recently. I don't know if you want to talk about that one at all.
I should have brought that, but I did not. It's back in the closet in boxes. So yeah. I mean, all right. I don't know. I think like most kids, I drew as a kid because that's what kids do, right? Like other kids that don't draw in some form or another. I don't know, maybe, but not many. So I did art as a kid because as kids do, and I did draw a bunch like up and through like middle school, maybe like very early high school, and then I kind of stopped because I was doing other things and I wasn't like great at it. Like I had a decent eye for it, I guess, but like I didn't have any skill. I never took any art classes. Actually, my high school offered like an art class, and that was it. I didn't take it because it was like college level, and I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So I have zero formal training, but it's always been a thing that was interesting to me. I liked doing it. I just kind of stopped because life. I would come back to it every once in a while and like take like some little like remote internet kind of lesson-y thing and then drop out of it again. But for the past year or two, I guess, I've been drawing digitally a bunch, and I'm really enjoying it and finding it a fun way to express myself. So yeah, not much of a story, but
I liked it. So you also like video games.
a little bit.
This is one of those things that I talk to, like when I talk to people and I say like, oh, also, can I start calling you the other name?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So
Evil Sonic.
this is okay. You don't have to say it like that.
It was capitalized. I wanted you to know.
Jesus Christ. So Jackie, if that is your real name.
It is.
When I talk about like what you and I do to, you know, the normals out there, like, oh, video game music and this, and everyone like assumes that like I'm really into video games. I'm like, I mostly play MLB The Show and Animal Crossing, and I'm just fine with that. And like, I'm not really a gamer, but Jackie, you are much more prolific. You try out more games than I do. You get into like more involved games that I'm often in. Like, I enjoy watching you play, you know, whether it's God of War or Cyberpunk or whatever else you're up to. I know you've been playing some more on your Steam Deck lately. I'm going to stop telling your story.
That's fine.
I'll ask you. So there's a spectrum of the Wii and Jackie from, you know, the young age who first started playing video games, and then there's the present day Jackie who continues to play video games. Paint us a picture.
First, I'll just say I was confused for a second when you said Wii, because I thought you were talking about the Wii, and I was like, I never even had a Wii. What are you talking about? Anyway.
No, it's the Dairy Girls. You know, it's the
I got
the
it,
Wians.
But it took me a minute.
For anyone at home who doesn't know what I was talking about, it was, you know, Irish colloquialism. The Wii.
Anyway, video games. So, I mean, I should have looked up timelines of when things were released so I could say, oh, my first system was yada yada. I don't actually remember. I think the first thing I probably played, apart from like Commodore 64, which my uncle had, and I did definitely play lots of those games, like 5.5-inch floppy disks, if I show my age here. But my house, we had an NES. It wasn't mine. It was my step siblings. So it wasn't like my thing, but we had it. I definitely had a Game Boy that I played the hell out of Tetris on. But my first like formative system was the PS1. Like that was my thing. And I had more than like 3 games for it. So I played a lot of that. And in particular, I would play it a lot. So my parents were divorced when I was really young. And I did that typical American divorcee kid where I was just like every other weekend with my dad and the rest of the time at my mom's house. And so I had PlayStation there at my dad's, so I would just spend all weekend playing that thing. And I guess like first game that like really hit me with the music. I'm sorry to be this lame person, but it was Final Fantasy VII, and that was sort of when I like recognized video game music as being a really cool thing as opposed to just a thing that I liked but wasn't really thinking about as its own entity, I guess. And so I had a lot of various PlayStations over the years. I've always been more of a Sony person, sorry. And consoles in particular. I didn't play a whole lot of like PC stuff. I played some PC games, but I never had like a gaming computer. And more recently, it's been lots of handheld stuff, so I can sit there while you're watching television and I can play a game. Yeah.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy VII does have good music. That's not actually a lame thing. I'm sure there are a lot of people who
I was a kid. Come on, you know.
Entree. No, I mean it's got an excellent soundtrack. But I mean, so the running joke around here in this house, especially because Jackie gets the unfiltered opinions of this guy, is that I don't know if anybody knows this, but Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII, and Chrono Trigger, those 3 games by far account for like a ridiculous percentage of the tracks that have been submitted to DoD. So whenever there's a question like, oh, does that mean Final Fantasy VII works for Super Smash Bros. Once? And it's like, can't you just go 1 month without like, I'm sure you can do it next month. Does it have to be this month too? But it's still an excellent soundtrack. I'm not going to deny that. And yeah, so you grew up playing a lot of, you had the Sony stuff going on. And Final Fantasy VII was your first entree. What's like the PlayStation 1 game that you kept playing the longest?
The longest. Geez. On theme, maybe. I played the hell out of both Jet Moto games. So, yeah, nice. I've always enjoyed the racing games. I'm not really good at them necessarily, but I do enjoy them. So, that one probably got the most just overall mileage.
And I mean, I grew up in a Nintendo 64 house, but I did have friends with PlayStation, and I had a lot of fond memories of Crash Bandicoot and Twisted Metal there, so that's some good stuff.
Twisted Metal's good too. Not so much racing, but it was fun. I tried playing the first one again recently, emulated, and it was awful. I don't know how I ever played that thing. I thought it was good, but it was clunky as hell. It did not age well.
I mean, that's the thing with so many video games. If you try to play them now, like Ocarina of Time notwithstanding, Super Mario 64 okay, so there's a lot of games that you can still play, but like Morrowind, I couldn't even. And you mentioned like so because I have an inside scoop to your gaming habits, I know that you kind of have 2 modes. There's the Steam Deck, the handheld, and then there's the PlayStation on the TV. You typically play more of the cinematic involved games there. I could if you and I just decided to take 2 weeks off and I could watch you play God of War, like I'd be okay with that. Do you have a favorite, like the game that you put on the TV? It feels weird asking you this because like I know what you've been playing, but like what are the games that you've been playing on console on the TV that have been standing out for you? And let's tie it back to what we're doing here, which is the Banner Artist Breakdown. Tell us about some of the art in games that have really stood out to you, whether it was early days on the PS1 or later days more recently.
You've asked me like 6 questions in there, so
yeah.
I'm just going to go with something, I guess.
Pick your favorite. I don't know which one is going to resonate with you, so I just threw out like a whole bunch of like, pick one. I don't want to say this is the one question, and if you have nothing to say about it, then it's just, well, that's awkward. So I just gave you like 6 things, and pick your favorite.
You did.
It's a
Okay.
buffet.
I'll try
It's a
to answer
buffet.
that somehow. I mean, so I feel like there are probably like 3 main categories of games that I'll tend to play. The first one is like heavily story-driven stuff. I love a good story, so I like a lot of like RPGs and action RPG kind of stuff. Those are the things you usually see me playing on the television as a rule, but not exclusively. And then racing games, of course, because as I said, I do enjoy those quite a bit. And then these sort of like idler games, I guess. I don't know. Like lately, it's like mini Metro and mini Motorways, but like it'll certainly vary quite a bit depending on what my mood is. Any sort of little things that I can dip in and out of without having to pay like constant attention to kill some time are kind of fun.
Okay, that's some good stuff. That's good console gaming. To tie it back to art, okay, so here I kind of have like a thought that I want to lead us towards, but I also don't want to gloss over anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to take us to the Spider-Verse eventually, but by way of art in video games. So
I see what you're getting at, and I can't believe I didn't even recognize where you're going with it, but go on. Go ahead.
I mean, I mostly wanted to say, here's what I'm trying to do. What are your thoughts? So, like, I have thoughts about like art and video game stuff that like really resonates with me, and we're also going to take a look at the banner you did this month, and there, obviously lots of different games and styles and aesthetic that you pulled into that. Okay, what if you remember? What was the first time you were playing a video game and you just like? The style of art just knocked your socks off? And if it's Final Fantasy VII, that's okay, because I remember there was a time where it was like Ocarina of Time was just like, oh my god, this is the pinnacle of achievement in visuals, and like you look at it now and it's a bunch of triangles. But back then, like, we had this different experience growing. It's like, kids who were born in the 20s got their minds blown by Snow White, and we were born in the 80s, so we had a trajectory, and we know what comes next. But what, during your formative years, what was the first time you saw a video game, like the art in a video game, and you're like, noticed it?
Weirdly, I don't know if I can answer that question. I've never been like graphics obsessed. Like there are times where I'll notice something and be like, wow, it's really pretty. Like the Horizon games are just really beautiful, but I don't know that like I've ever thought about that as actively as I was thinking about like music at some point in time. I will say that I think probably the prettiest game I have ever seen is a game called Gris, which I've actually not finished because it kept dying on me and crashing, and I've not yet solved the problem, but it's really beautiful. It's done this sort of watercolor style, and I love watercolor as a medium, and it's so pretty to look at. So yeah, that was probably the prettiest game that I've seen, but it's not an old game. It's not formative. It's pretty recent. So
yeah. And one of the things I mentioned earlier, because I know this sort of informed some of your recent forays into art, and like what some of the things that you've been working on was the art in the Spider-Verse movies. Would this be a good time to... Hopefully I'm not stupid. I am stupid. I need to update the source in here so that it includes the cams. Otherwise, if I turn on the artist slideshow, it's not going to have you and me like talking. And I think we want to talk.
well, while you do that, I will say I have no idea what you're about to show, but I don't want anyone to get too excited about Spider-Verse, because in no way, shape, or form am I like equipped to imitate that art. Like that, the style in those movies is like, it just boggles my mind how beautiful it is. And I would love to be able to do that one day, but I absolutely cannot now. So I don't want anyone to hear this lead in and expect something in that style, because it's not going to happen.
You heard it here first, folks. Jackie promises her art is as good as the Spider-Verse art.
No.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of some of the cityscapes that you've done. As you were like, you could draw a straight line from we are watching Spider-Verse to Jackie is drawing cityscapes. Okay, so I forgot that if I don't have these cameras in the artist slideshow, people won't be able to hear us. So
Small problem.
it's gonna look weird at first because I just made us really small. And okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Transition here. Oh, look, we're so tiny. And I'm gonna turn off that art because it's gonna get distracting otherwise. And artist slideshow. Okay, portfolio, other. Let's take a look at this. Okay, put it in front of the cameras. So, Jackie, are you looking at the Twitch stream right now? I know this isn't the thing that I was teasing out, but it was the first image in the slideshow.
Yes, I do actually see the image now, which is good. Before it was just my face on like a 10-second delay. So.
Yeah, no, our faces are behind this image. So if I
got it.
If I do this, look, there we are. And
okay.
you hate it.
Put us back now.
Okay. So this is tell us what this is.
This is me saying, hey, I really think Hornet is a pretty cool looking character and I want to draw her. But I don't know what I'm doing. So like there are lots of parts of this where I'm not at all happy with how they look. I can see where they're wrong, or I like the foreground, the ground under her is terrible. But I liked the design of the character, and I felt like drawing her, so I did. Basically, that's really all this is. It's not an exciting story behind it, but yeah.
And Hornet is a character from
Silk Song. I don't know if she's in Hollow Knight or not. I haven't played these games because they require skill, and I have none. But yeah.
The image on the screen implies that you do have some measure of skill.
I meant in
Perhaps...
terms of video games with punishing difficulties. Yeah.
That's why when I play MLB The Show, I just put it on Rookie, and it's fine. Okay, so if I press next, it's either going to be the thing we talked about, or it's going to be something else.
I think it's going to be something else if you're going alphabetically, but we'll find out.
Okay, I could hit previous. That's an option.
Uh-oh.
Let's do it. There we go. This is what I was hoping we'd be seeing.
Eventually I will see it too and know what you're talking about.
Do you have an
there
ad
we go.
in Twitch
I got it.
right
I got
now?
it.
I have an ad in Twitch.
Oh no.
So I can't even see us and what we're doing. Okay, there it is. So the one on the left, I know that was, I think you did that one first.
I did.
Am I remembering that right?
Yep.
So tell us about that one.
This was me going through a bit of a moment and really deeply wishing that I was in a city and exploring different cityscapes that I thought might be fun to inhabit in some way. So this is the Chicago skyline. And I don't want to give myself too much credit, like the process for these particular things, because I want the skyline to be super accurate and I'm not like that good. It's not traced exactly from a photograph, but it's traced-ish. And then there's a lot of manipulation that happens after that. So it's almost more like photo manipulation than it is like drawing. But yeah, on the left is Chicago, which is a beautiful, beautiful skyline.
So when you say photo manipulation, can you tell us a little bit more about like what that entailed? Like, you said it was a little bit of tracing and a little bit of photo manipulation. Is that right?
Yeah. So the process involves tracing the outline of the buildings, basically with like a selection tool. So just clicking in each little point where I want the line to change. So each corner of each building, kind of, just to get that very accurate outline of what the structures actually look like, and then just filling that in just with like straight like dark blue in this case. And the manipulation happens after that with all the different colors and reflections that are happening and all that. So the shape of the buildings is traced-ish, but everything else that happens is done by hand, I guess. I'm not sure how to describe it, but yeah.
You're getting. I'm looking at. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, and you've got some fans here.
That's very kind. Thank you.
I know you love it when people appreciate your work. That's a joke because I'm not I'm dropping that line. Okay, where am I going here? To the right, this is a very different image.
Yes. So I do plan to do more of these cityscapes because they're really fun to do. But this one was me working through a very specific emotion. And I mean, I'm not gonna like start pontificating about political stuff, but the metaphor here is that I'm watching my country go up in smoke, and so there's the Washington Monument literally going up in smoke, like turning into smoke, not being on fire necessarily. But yeah, the process is basically the same here in terms of the buildings are effectively traced from a photograph. The plants that's just a fancy brush. But then I've taken the Washington Monument and I've sort of blurred it into this smoky monstrosity. Yeah, lots of feelings living in the country that I live in the current era, to say the least. So.
And the country you live in right now?
Well, obviously that's the United States because we just assume that by default we are the answer to everything. So yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that was like when I mean, both of these, when I saw you working on them, I was just like, okay, she's doing that thing again where she's picking up a hobby and just immediately doing something amazing, and she's going to say how, oh, it's not that big of a deal, or I'm just doing this. It's really still fucking impressive. Maybe I'm biased. It's possible that I have a bias slightly. I'll concede that to like the nth degree or 1 over the nth degree, but you evoke emotions when you do art, whether it is visual art or as a musical performer. We haven't even talked about your music in DoD. Like,
we don't have
we're gonna
to.
do
That's
some
fine.
of that. Okay, we're gonna do that a little bit. I hate to break it to you, but we're gonna do a little bit of that. So next up, I'm gonna do the third of these in this slideshow. I love this.
This is gonna be my shark period, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. So, can you talk about these 3 sharks? About like whether you want to talk about the sharkness of it or the artness of it. I will be right back. I need to get another drink. Can you talk for like
I'm just left to my own devices. So what I can do really is actually talk about how annoying Evil Sonic is. But I won't do that.
I'm still gonna hear you in the Discord, and you'll still be able to hear me, but the people won't be able to hear me.
Oh, I see. So I'm hearing you right now, and they're not. Please stop talking. Then this is terrible. Okay, so I hate you for doing this to me, by the way. But anyway, so these are some sharks that I drew. There isn't actually a whole lot to say about sharks, except that I like the ocean. I like things that live in the ocean. I guess so. Insight into younger Jackie. I used to want to be a marine biologist, which is, I feel like, kind of a cliche, but like I really wanted to be like Jacques Cousteau. Like I wanted to go diving in the Red Sea and all that. And I think I've probably missed my shot to become a marine biologist at this point in my life. I'm probably not going to go scuba diving anywhere, but I still very much enjoy all things about the ocean, and so I guess I decided to draw a bunch of sharks. I think these are presented in the order in which I actually did them. I have played Subnautica, by the way, PF, and it's amazing and I love it. I played both of them. They're great. Lots of fun. I should play them again. But So yeah, the one on the left is a whale shark. The one in the middle is a hammerhead, and the one on the right is a black-tip reef shark. I can't tell you anything particularly interesting about any of these sharks. I just picked them because I thought they were kind of fun. I do kind of expect to do more sharks at some point in time. Maybe not sharks necessarily, but more things in this vein, and hopefully not all from overhead, which feels like kind of a cop-out. Like, I think doing things in profile or like straight overhead or something is just frankly easier than trying to do them at some other angle, because you don't need to have as good understanding of the form of them to actually make them look nice. But yeah, I'm hoping that Evil Sonic is back at some point, because I feel like I'm just rambling about sharks.
No, I've been back for a bit. You've been doing great, and I didn't feel
good.
the need to jump in. Like, I was just like, wow, she's got this. I know she's gonna. I figured you probably like thinking, I hate him. When's he getting back? But I was just sitting there like, she's got this. This is cool stuff. And I hope this isn't too much of a, sharing information, but that whale shark on the left, is that your iPhone lock screen? It's so cool.
It was for a while, actually. The Chicago one is my current lock screen, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I'm just gonna lean into it. Like, I am biased. I think you're amazing, but like, I love that you make these things, and it's really cool.
It does take me approximately forever, so there is that.
Approximately forever. Okay, so if I turn that off, do you want to talk a little bit? We touched on, I mentioned some of the just your work as an artist, visually, musically. I feel like that might be a good segue into talking a little bit about your DoD background.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Sure.
Okay, let's transition back to our faces. Yeah, so that's us. I'm Evil Sonic on the left. That's Jackie on the right. Okay, Jackie.
Mike.
Dwelling of Duels. I'm going to skip over some of the usual stuff that I normally ask about, because I know that you've been aware of Dwelling of Duels for a while. And so I'll share a little bit about my part and kick it over to you, but because I feel like our stories are a little bit intertwined when it comes to Dwelling of Duels, I don't think that's too much of a leap for me to say.
Slightly.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Slightly. So COVID happened. March 13th, 2020 was my first day working from home. And Jackie, you had been working from home, so that part was not a shift for you. Obviously, the world ended and things were different, but I went from going into an office 5 days a week to living in the basement. And one of the things I did to cope with that reality was catch up on the 10 years of DoD that I had missed since I had stepped back around 2009, 2010 or so. And I really got into it, and I was sort of like, okay, how much do I want to do as far as like, how much do I want to spend on buying new things? How much do I want to do on like just doing the best I have with this ancient hardware and stuff? I made a few songs and I started getting into it, and I know I was sharing the music with you. I don't remember, like, I know when you stepped in and participated. I don't remember if there was a point where I shared some of the music or some of the songs that were happening in DoD that you may have listened to, or if you were joining in. I honestly don't remember if you were listening to DoD before you started entering DoD. Can you remind me? Like, what do you remember around 2020?
The world was on fire, as it is now, but
2021 is actually when we started making music together.
yeah, I don't honestly remember because like I had some vague awareness of DUD's existence from many years before, but I wasn't like listening to it with any regularity. I just knew it was a thing that existed in the world somewhere. You must have had me listening to some of your stuff in that early phase, because I can't imagine you could have gotten me to join in Vocal Month when if I hadn't like heard anything previous to that. But I think Vocal Month was definitely the first month where I actually like listened to everything. I don't have quite as much knowledge from before that, so
Yeah, so Vocal Month was July of 2021. June 2021 was like the first time I did a song that was like actually like kind of good, and that was from Final Fantasy VI, and I did that with Brienne, our friend Atomic, and that was the Jam Shuffle. I have to imagine I made you listen to that like 20,000 times.
probably, yeah.
And it was also, we did The World Wasn't Meant for Mario Kart Double Dash and Baby Park, which I probably also made you listen to like 20,000 times. And there was also the Portal, oh god, I forget what it was called, but it was from the first Portal game, Keeping Our Streak Still Alive. And that was an alt that I'm definitely positive I made you listen to a bunch because we both love Portal.
Was that before I joined or after? I almost feel like I was on
that,
that,
was
but I
before.
could be misremembering. Okay.
So you're thinking about the Portal 2 2021 A Spaced Odyssey. So in July of 2021, that was Vocals Month, and you and I did the song from Witcher, The Last Wish from Witcher 3. And I would love to go back and do that again, because I think you and I are both in a different place as far, like, you have more chops as an arranger and a I mean, you've always been an incredible vocalist. But I remember shortly after that track came out, you had like a note for yourself, which was like, oh, I hadn't even thought about that, but that's really astute, which was just the dynamic range of it, because we were kind of at the same level throughout. I would love to give that one another go, but
I would love to do it again because I have Melodyne now, and I could fix all the things about it that bother me. But yeah.
And I also know how to record an acoustic guitar and an acoustic bass without it sounding like crap.
Always a plus.
We got that going for us. So yeah, your first DoD entry, you did the arrangement, you did the vocals, I did the bass guitar and the mix, but that was obviously not the first time you made music.
That's true.
Can you tell us a little bit about your musical history?
Oh geez. So I guess it realistically goes back as far as like middle school, because I was in band in middle school, and at my school you got to say, I'm interested in playing XYZ, but you didn't get to pick what the final instrument was. I can't remember what my first choice was. I think my first choice was like flute. I didn't get it. I got clarinet, which in retrospect is way better.
Same
Clarinet
thing.
is awesome, but I didn't really fully appreciate it then. And so I played clarinet for a while, and then I kind of stopped. Although I have actually played clarinet on at least one DoD track. Not well, but I did it.
Is that the Metroid one?
No, it was... it was with Grunt. It was what was the track?
Yeah, that was the Metroid one.
Was it Metroid? Okay, I didn't recall.
Yeah.
What? Fine, yeah.
Crate on the Roof.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Ridley on the Roof. Yeah, Ridley on the Roof.
It was not good. Notes that I could hit in middle school, I cannot hit in clarinet now. My breath support is not what it was apparently back then. So Yeah,
That was
and my
an alt
clarinet is
submit as the
garbage,
main.
but it was garbage then too. It's the same thing. So anyway, so I did that, and also, when was this? I think it was okay. So in middle school, you could do both band and choir. So I think I was in choir in middle school. But by the time I got to high school, they made you pick one or the other, which is kind of shitty, to be honest.
That's
But
bullshit.
anyway, because if you were in band, you had to be in marching band. I didn't want to be in marching band, so I quit clarinet and instead was in the choir. So it was, like high school choir. It wasn't anything all that spectacular, to be honest. There were no like solos or anything. It was just you sing in the choir and that's it. And people are next to you out of tune and all that. Typical high school choir stuff. And then by my senior year of high school, I was like, I would like to be doing more things. And so I somehow, I don't know what I was doing. I dropped out of biology because I didn't want to dissect a fetal pig. So I then had a free period. So I ended up doing somehow I was in 3 separate choirs. I'm not even sure what these choirs were. I don't remember. But I was. And then I was it was my junior year I took music theory. It was a senior year. I took music theory and then I audited music theory 2 because why the hell not? The teacher liked me. And so I was in there on music theory 2 despite having not finished music theory 1 yet. Whatever. So
That's kind of
that was that.
you and me. This is why we get along so well.
Yeah. And then I didn't do a whole lot for a bit until I want to say it was near the end of my college career when I joined my college choir. And it was all like classical kind of stuff. But I
You
did have
glossed
some.
over going to Europe.
Oh, geez, I totally forgot about that. You're right.
I was waiting for you to mention that. You
Right,
sang
so-
in German cathedrals.
I sang in Notre Dame actually, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's German.
same thing. Sure, the French love when you call them German. It was. I mean, that feels like such a cheat thing. I only got in on that because my partner at the time was in it, and they sort of had need for altos, and I'm an alto, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll get my girlfriend in on this. And it's we paid for this. It's not like it was some scholarship or something. My parents very graciously managed to scavenge up the money for this somehow and how. And I spent 3 weeks in this program.
You dated?
What's that?
You dated someone before me?
Yes. Anyway. So I spent 3 weeks touring Europe and singing in various locations. It was a really amazing experience. I cannot deny that. Yeah. I lost my train of thought from before that, but right. So I was in college, and I was in a choir for that, and did some solos for that. I also in high school at various points did stuff on stage, as a solo, just singing with someone playing piano next to me. I have 0 stage presence, though. You do not want me on stage. I just stand there stiff and trembling, so it's not good. But yeah, there's music in a nutshell up until DoD at least. So.
Well, I mean, this is a little bit more sentimental, but we met and know each other because you were in choir with Brienne. And
That's true.
So I'll just insert this little nugget right here. The first time I met Jackie was shortly after my 21st birthday.
Are you really telling the story? I can't believe you.
This is a fine story. It's a story of restraint. But shortly after my 21st birthday, and I was very drunk, and usually that was not something that would ever stop me from walking up to a pretty girl. But in that moment, I was like, nope, you are too drunk, and she is too special, so you need to leave right now. And
Yeah,
I did.
he left his own birthday party. I had never met this
It
guy
wasn't
before.
my birthday. It wasn't my birthday party.
I mean,
it was
it
somebody
basically
else's. A little bit, but I was like, I need to leave before I make a complete ass of myself. And it took a while for us to reconnect, but there we have it. So DoD music. So July 2021, you did Vocal Month. After that was the first time that we did anything Celtic. That was when we got Ian Martin and Atomic for the first Nadine Laird track, and you got to enjoy the wonder of singing in Gaelic.
Yeah, my Irish pronunciation is atrocious, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the next time you did. We did that Mist track together. That was a lot of fun. For that Mist track, you played Whistle, right?
That was my brief foray into whistling. Yeah. I have not played that in a while.
And you also did Whistle in October. That was Wii month. What was? I kind of remember. It was something on the.
There was an
Fallen
Undertale
Arm.
track. Are you thinking of that?
That was November.
Okay.
Twilight on the Fallen Arm.
That was Xeno Saga something.
Yeah, that was from Nintendo Wii month. Okay, so rather than me go through chronologically all the different things you've done, let's repivot that. You are a talented singer already. You are an excellent vocalist. Don't shake your head. I can see you like about to shake your head. You're an excellent vocalist. You did a bit of a foray into whistle and clarinet. And when was the first track that you played piano, or what was the thing that got you to start playing piano? Because that was another big thing.
So that was your fault.
Piano.
You got me a little MIDI controller. I forget what the
49
brand even
one?
was. Yeah, it was some like. It doesn't make sounds on its own. It only like communicates via MIDI to a computer.
I think I have it down here somewhere.
And so no, it's up here next to me. I just can't move it to see what it's called. In any case, screenshotting what? Sorry.
I was making a face. That might have been it.
Okay. And so I think I was using that to just like do some like really stupid basic dumb chords. And so I had always honestly like wanted to learn piano, and I spent my entire life with adults telling me, "Oh, you have piano fingers," whatever the hell that means. I think it just means that I have long fingers, large hands for a woman anyway. And
no, you have 88 fingers.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Strange birth defect. But it always felt like, even as a teenager, it always just felt out of reach. Like, there's no way I can do that. I didn't start early enough, so I just never did it. But I guess having that dumb little MIDI keyboard made me feel like, oh, actually, maybe I can do this a little bit. And I don't play piano well, and I have not played piano in like 6 months. It's really bad. But it is fun, and I'm glad that I started doing it. Like, I have no aspiration to ever being like overly skilled with it, but if I could at least like sit there and like improvise some chords from a lead sheet or something, like have some accompaniment, like that's the level I aspire to be at, to be able to do that comfortably. And if I practice once in a while, maybe I could do that again. But
you're allowed to do things for fun. You don't need to monetize your hobbies.
I don't monetize my hobbies. That's good, because I make $0 from music. Certainly, I think I have accumulated at this point like $3 on Sounddrop, and eventually maybe I'll get a payout.
You got $3 on Sounddrop? Oh my god, you're rolling in it.
It's all Ian Martin. He gets me to do vocals on things, and then he sells albums. So yeah.
Yeah, that Ian Martin guy, he's got it all figured out. So, was your first track playing the piano, was that Star Stuff?
It might have been. And I feel like I've yet to live up to that piano-wise, so...
I mean, that was a really great track. You've done other, like... okay, so... If I'm thinking about tracks that I will listen to where you play piano, like, my go-to is going to be L.A. Noire. The one you and I did together.
Man, I would love to do that with someone who actually can do jazz, because like I'm not even playing seventh chords in that. Like, it's garbage jazz wise, but it's such a good song. Yeah.
I mean, your piano, your mix on that, your vocals, like that is, in my book, that is peak Jackie.
That's fair. I only hear the lack of seventh and other extensions, but yeah.
We all hear the things like we wish we had done differently of our own stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so I had some joke questions for like DoD, like who do you prefer, Angry Polar Bear or Tuck? Which
Thank
I'm
you,
not actually
PF.
gonna
I
ask.
appreciate the call out to the Dota song in particular.
The Dota. Oh yeah, that was. Let It Rise and Dota were great.
Dota was the song that everyone decided my vocals were AI, which was before AI was the thing everyone was talking about nonstop, even. But
well,
yeah,
that
no
was
AI
the
in
month
that, I
that
promise.
that was the month that Connor did the Weird Al track that did have AI, and he went back and redid it and sounded like They Might Be Giants instead of Weird Al when it was done naturally. So it was like in the zeitgeist that month. And that was also the month you did the vocals for, what's that game? Is it Sea of Stars? Witcher Island.
Oh, the gym track.
Or Watcher Island.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that one. That's a good one.
That is a great one.
Although, I always
Um,
regretted not calling out that I'm pretty sure the lyrics are referring to the wrong location for the thing it's talking about, but whatever. It's still good.
You should have brought that up in the,
I didn't play the
Oh,
game until
crap.
after we recorded that, so I couldn't have
we
mentioned
gotta
it at the time.
we gotta scrap it. We gotta rewrite that one. Okay, we have talked about your art. We've talked about music.
And
talked
somehow
about
not the
D&D.
banner art.
That's what I'm leading up to. That's we're pulling it all together. Okay, so let's take us back to the artist slideshow. This is where we're really small. Wave, Jackie. Wave at the camera. Really small. Okay, so artist slideshow. The DoD portfolio. Let's turn this bad boy on. Wait, no, that's not that is not the thing I meant to show. Wait a second. All right. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place right now.
That's fine. I
have another slideshow in here that was from the JQ month. So here we go. So this is the workflow, and I'm watching so this is the
this is my mock-up.
I think
Yeah.
So
So
tell
I
us.
have.
So
I
many
think it's
cool
called
things.
aphantasia. I can't actually visualize things in my mind. Like, if I close my eyes and try to imagine an apple or whatever, I can't actually see an apple. Like, I know conceptually what an apple looks like, but I can't see it in my mind. So for this, I did a mock-up precisely because, like, I needed to see it before I could draw it, basically. Yeah, sorry. Go through your little slideshow now.
No, it's I've got it figured out. Like, I had to sort of work it, but what we have on the screen right here is held up there, frozen. So
Okay.
I see Peach's castle. I see a blue shell.
This is basically just like a bunch of like free photos from Unsplash plus some video game assets and a little bit of clip art for the jet skis, but like just me trying to put together the scene as I wanted it to be and figure out roughly what I wanted the colors, like the palette to look like. Yeah.
All right. So now this is the first image in the workflow that we've got. Give it a second to. There we go. So this is
I'm on
the
delay,
outline.
but yeah, this is the sketch. This is just me sort of starting to actually draw out the thing that I've mocked up, basically, and to get the shapes all set out. You can see that there's things that are different here. Like that tree in the left is just non-existent until the very end of the process. The the second jet ski isn't here yet. But this was me sort of beginning the layout.
Now, is there anything in here that you felt was a challenge that was really difficult for you, or anything that you were really proud of?
So that car in the back, you will notice as we get toward the end, it totally changes. It was meant to be like this, like Formula One. PF, yes,
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, someone gets the moon over the castle reference. Thank you. I was gonna call it out if no one got it.
Did nobody know? Like, I assume that was a given. It seemed really like moon over the castle. It's
No
right there.
one mentioned it. So I'm not sure that anyone caught it before now. But anyway, that second car in the background is meant to be like a Formula One style car, and I could not, for the life of me, understand the shape of it. And if you don't understand the form of something, it's really hard to actually draw it. So like I've got lines in there that I know as I was drawing it, they made no sense, like realistically. But
Formula
I
One
couldn't.
car. Yeah, Formula One cars are a lie.
Yeah, so I couldn't understand.
It's a
You'll see
scam.
as we go through this that eventually it just completely changed it because I gave up trying to understand how it was shaped and just made it something else. So
All right.
a lot of this was all designed around things that I could actually draw because there are lots of things that I just can't draw yet. So including people.
That was one of the things I think we were talking about, like, what were some of the months that were coming up, and I think, like, because you were doing so much art, it was like, okay, like, it would not be a bad idea to ask Jackie to do something, and it was like princess or racing, and I was like, you're probably going to be more excited about drawing cars than people.
Yeah, I mean, I had never drawn cars before this, so it was a risk in that regard, but people were not going to happen very well, so. Although I did actually try a brief mock-up about people, and was like, nope, I can't do it.
I don't remember if I thought that or if you, like, presented that, like, I would rather do cars than people. It seems like the sort of thing you would say, prompted or not.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is just
day,
me starting to fill in color flats, as Jinx notes in the chat, to use the lingo.
So I'm gonna ask a question I know the answer to. Is there anyone that you were, like, trying to like nudge with your use of color and style in this month?
Anyone I'm trying to... Oh, I see. Your
You know what
hinting
I'm getting
is a little awkward there, but no, alright, so this is me being vulnerable, and now he's gonna feel like he has to comment, but I wanted Tuck to really appreciate the vibe for this. Racing games are a thing that I love, and I have a sense that he loves, and if I wanted to, like, lean into that sort of, like, 80s vibe of things, so I do hope that Tuck appreciates the vibe, even if the art is imperfect. But yeah.
I clicked on the button. Okay, it should be in the Twitch now, but, like, the Tuck moment is right there.
Yeah, now we're starting to have the sky get filled in, and the sun having its very 80s kind of effect going on. Yeah.
And I mean, like, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that you fucking got. At a certain, like, I don't think there was any point that I was ever worried. I was like, you're gonna do so well with this. And when I saw your mock-up, I was like, okay, yeah, she's got this. It's gonna be amazing. I think my biggest note, and this is just because I fucking love Wave Race, was like, let's get those jet skis bigger.
Yeah, but, like, perspective, they're tiny, but if I made them bigger, then they would be even more ridiculously sized than they already are. Like, so
Yeah, with the layout and where the water is, it makes sense. I just really wanted Wave Race to be, like, all the way in there. And
no, I know
I had other notes for you, somewhat to your consternation. That
oh my god,
like,
yes.
I usually don't give people so many notes, but it's because, like, they have the delay of I have to type it out and think about it. They're not, like, in the room when I think about it, and I can just open my mouth and, like, spew, hey, why don't you do this? And so here, this last one, we've got some more of the final. So okay, so the in this one that we still see there's the Formula One car, but it is less.
Yeah,
angular.
by now I've given up trying to understand the physics of that particular object and have moved on to something that looks like I don't even know what the hell it is, but whatever. It's a car. It has 4 wheels.
It's like the Monopoly car.
Yeah, kind of. Or like those little cars that I made in middle school where you had like to send it down a ramp through like a puff of air or something and like to see how far they would go. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, but whatever. It drives. So. And at this point, I've added the little peach like stained glasses kind of thing. It's not really like a stained glass effect, but I think the asset is probably really originally supposed to be stained glass. And I've got the reflections in the water and all that. So,
was it for this piece? I remember there was one time where you were like, "I have too many layers." Was it in this?
Oh God, yeah. This thing I had to keep combining layers because just like the way the software works, like you can only have, depending on the dimensions of the image, you have a limited number of layers based on the RAM of your device. And so this is all done in Procreate on my iPad. And it was like 4,000 by 4,000 was the original like pixel dimensions of the thing. And so I had like, I forget if it was like 60 or 80 layers to work with or whatever, but like at a certain point, like they just build up. So I did run out of layers.
Jackie, I think you just got a commission request here. Hydrosphere wants to see the blue shell hitting that car.
I'm not sure I could do a good job of that, but I appreciate that thought.
That would be such a cool thing. Okay, so this goes back to the mock-up. This is not the final design. If I had my wits about me, I would have.
I think I put the final image in the folder for you, so you should have it there. But oh no, yeah, that's our mock-up again.
So I just added a new item to the source, which was this month's art, and it worked, but it's enormous, so I have to like resize it until it fits. Oops, that's not the right one. Month's art. There we go. Almost ready. Okay. So that is the finalized version. So I remember, okay, so one of the things that I asked you to include was some sort of hint to MAGWest.
Yeah, like
and you did that
when I was already
sign.
done with it, you're like, oh, by the way, can you just add MAGWest somewhere? I was like,
I know I had at least 3 different, like, way too late requests that I would never expect anyone else, like, but you took it with aplomb and you nailed it. And
I mean, you asked me to add
I...
it in like that lower right corner, but I had framed the entire image around how much text or how much room that text would take up. So like to add MAGWest in there late would have like just screwed up everything. So yeah, I invented the weird ass road sign in the background.
I mean, it works. And I love that you have the palm tree like at the in the bottom left corner, because I think isn't that the icon that we have in Roll a Sign for MAGWest attendees?
It might be. I mean, that wasn't like what I was going for, but that was me just trying
it works,
to.
Though, right?
I was trying to fill in. It's a coping mechanism. I couldn't like make the background look nice, so I was just like, okay, what else can I do? And I just threw a tree in there because that was easy. So yeah.
Trees are good things.
They are.
So yeah, we've got our moon over the castle. We've got Peach's castle. We've got the MAGWest sign. We've got that pink car. We got the blue shell. I mean, I love this. The text you have, it evokes. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is something that's around the world, but definitely in the U.S. you will see signs, like electronic signs that have messages, and it has that style of text.
I can't tell if you're just being coy or if you've forgotten that I told you that's exactly why it shows that particular font.
No, like
yeah,
I know
it's
that's what
font.
it is. I was more like, I don't know if this is a thing that I don't know if that roadside sign is specific to the U.S. or if that is something that people internationally are going to be familiar with. Like that, I know that is that roadside sign text. it evokes a thing for me. I don't know if people in Canada or Europe or elsewhere are going to see that and know that.
I mean, if
But that
not, you
is-
have that sort of like vague video game feel of the pixelated whatever. So
Yeah. But usually we see it like, don't buy fireworks or don't drink and drive or, it can wait. Text stop area up ahead.
Yeah.
But to see that style of text, say Dwelling of Duels, racing games, Redux, like, I wish I was driving down 87 and I saw that instead of, whatever bullshit they were putting up on those signs.
Yeah. Let's just promote drunk driving, I guess. Sure, why not?
It's less the drunk driving and more the texting while driving. Don't you want me to text you to let you know how far away I am?
No, I don't.
Well, okay, that's what Siri is for. Okay. So the other piece that we have in here is I gotta.
You don't actually need to show that. I feel we've gone through the stuff already, but I mean, you can, but
the Andro movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure how interesting
I have
it is
this
to actually
saved as
watch
Andro movie.
the art happen or not, but
Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, I mean this is gonna be cool. This is absolutely cool. This is worth watching. We're probably gonna want to loop it. I mean, this is just fun to watch. Some of the stuff that was happening in the sky looked like lightning.
I only like to export
I mean-
30-second versions because if I export like the full-length version, then you can see so much of the trial and error. I like to limit how much of that is actually visible.
Okay, I really want to play that again at maybe not half speed, but like 75% speed.
That's
Are you-
fine. If
is
you
that
can
okay?
actually do that, if it lets you do that somehow.
Yeah. I can do that.
Procreate only gives the option to export like whatever the full length is, which will be like probably like 2 or 3 minutes long or 30 seconds. So
Yeah, OBS, it lets me like adjust the percentage speed. That is so cool. I mean, I could watch this I could watch this all day, and I could watch this every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Jackie, can we watch A Few Good Men sometime soon?
that's a totally different movie than you were quoting, but sure.
7 days a week and twice on Sundays is absolutely from A Few Good Men.
Why did I think it was from Silver Linings Playbook?
I don't know.
Okay,
But
anyway.
it's absolutely Kevin Pollak. He's saying he would, if he needed a lawyer, he would ask Tom Cruise 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. And it is such an Aaron Sorkin line because it's that theater thing of that's when Broadway's got shows.
Fair enough.
So Jackie, we have been talking for a while. We have talked about your history around video games, around music, around art. We've delved a little bit into your DoD history. We've broken down the banner art. This may come as a surprise, but I know quite a bit about you, and I feel like you're an incredible person that everyone should know more about. And I would love to just like sit here and talk for hours about this, that, and the other, and everything that comes to mind.
You probably shouldn't do that.
We'll strike a balance. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything I had in mind specifically that I wanted to like bring up. Okay, so with the very you know what I haven't done, like, okay, so I haven't looked at the banner artist breakdown, like the bullet points from the beginning, the hi, who are you question. So everything else I've just been going off script from. What games? I mean, we covered a lot. What games do you play now? What did you play growing up?
Was that a question
you
for
wanna
me, or
talk-
you're just reading a list? I'm not
No,
sure.
I'm reading I'm
Okay.
reading a list, and like we covered a bunch of that stuff already. So do you want to talk at all about the equipment you use when you're making art? Like, I know you have an iPad. I know you have a stylus. Is there anything you want to talk about as far as the tech, or the hardware, software of it? If the answer is no, that's a perfectly legitimate answer. But
I mean,
sometimes that's cool.
I don't super know what to say. I feel like I'm still just like doing a lot of experimenting and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. I know that I'm doing things
That's
that
great.
are like that are objectively wrong, and then I will get better at it over time. Like I use airbrush way too much to shade things. I know I shouldn't do that, and I should get used to using hard edges or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I draw on my iPad. I am typically doing that like in the living room in front of the TV or whatever. So like it was important to me to have a thing that like I was drawing on a screen as opposed to drawing on like a Wacom tablet or something where I'm tied to my desk and my computer, because I spend all day at my desk for work. I don't want to spend art time at my desk again. So yeah, and I use Procreate because it was cheap and it's pretty good. It's not all that interesting, to be honest. I use mostly free brushes. I paid for a few brushes, but mostly it's just free stuff that I found. And yeah.
Normally, I ask our guests like if you do any art professionally, and I know the answer to that, so I've kind of glossed over it.
I do not.
I mean, so if I had my head, okay, let me see if I can try to do this decently. But what I'm thinking about is the birthday gift you gave me. Is that okay for us to talk about and share?
Sure.
Okay. So it's going to take me a second because I
Don't you
didn't
have the thing
prepare
sitting
this.
right next to you in a frame?
Okay, sure, fine. If you want me to do that, absolutely. I was a little bit worried about what the camera would catch as I stood up, because I'm not in my 20s anymore.
I did tell you that if you took your pants off, I would leave the stream, so.
That was the thing. Okay, so a bit of background. Very sadly, this year, my alma mater, Hampshire College, announced that they would be closing. Very emotional time, and I have been reconnecting with Hampshire people. I've been keeping track of what's been happening as far as like the process of closing, what that means for the students who are still enrolled, the teacher. Like, it is deeply emotional, bringing up a lot of things. One of the things about Hampshire College, it is very much a hippie school, which is but we call it a hippie school with love. It's very self-driven. It's very much about like questioning and challenging norms and structures. And the Hampshire College motto is non satiscire, which is Latin for to know is not enough. And that's always been true of, that's just run through the veins, the lifeblood of everything I've experienced with Hampshire. Is it's not just enough to know a fact, it's about understanding. And so non satiscire, it's a motto that means a lot to me. And at different times in college, it was kind of a joke. Like, we would say, oh, to not know is enough. But at the heart of it, it really is about questioning, challenging, understanding, to dig deep. And so that's meant a lot to me. I think at one point I mentioned to Jackie, I was sort of idly thinking about getting a tattoo of that text, non satiscire. And she remembered that, and she logged it away for later. And she made this art, which I know I've shared in the Discord, but it's so incredible. I remember I shared this with one of the Hampshire social media groups, and I haven't kept track of like engagement, but I remember it got more likes than anything else I saw. There were so many people saying, I want this. Where can I get this? It's just... So this is some Jackie art.
I mean,
Do you
to
want
be
to talk
clear,
about
the
this at all?
text is a font. What's hand
Except
done
for the
is
N.
the N was traced, but yeah. The real like art aspect of it is the Celtic knot border, which is admittedly kind of hard to see here. So that's my fault for suggesting you just hold up a frame on camera. But
It works.
Celtic knots they have a very, very specific structure, and there are like rules to constructing them, which appeals to the logical part of my brain. So they're kind of fun to make. So yeah, that was what that was.
Unsurprisingly, I am a big fan of Celtic knots, which is why I just held my ring up to the camera for a few seconds.
I just figured you're like stealthily flipping us off or something, but
Flipping you off with my ring finger because I'm just that stupid and drunk right now. Yeah, Sláinte. Okay, so obviously, I'm a big fan of Jackie, and I could sit here talking about how great she is for hours. She would hate me for it. So rather than put her through that, I'm gonna ask, like, do you so Jackie, we've talked about all these different things. I'm just kind of scrolling through the different topics because I want to, some of these things like spark a memory, like a fun talking point. One thing I'll say, okay, so this isn't a question, it's not really a thing, but like I enjoy playing Mario Kart with you. We have fun, you know. That is one of those things that's great about gaming in the 21st century, because the way we game with people has changed so much. Like, think about in the 90s where you had a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis and it was maybe 2-player, and it was like the most you got out of that was Toe Jam and Earl or Sonic and Tails or, you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like fighting sort of thing. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Sorry. Okay. Early 90s. Yeah. Multiplayer gaming really picked up with N64, like think Mario Kart, GoldenEye, leading us into Halo. It was that sort of, we are in the same room, we're using the same device, we have controllers that are plugged in, and we're working off the same screen. After that, a lot of times multiplayer gaming was sort of that online thing, and that has been really great. And I know this is a thing we haven't done nearly as often as we should have. We should be doing in the DoD Discord. We have had like gaming nights where, you know, 10 to 12 people get together and we are playing Mario Kart or Mario Party or Super Smash or whatever it is, and it connects people all around the world. But one of the other things that's been really fun is that you and I both have a Switch, and we can both play Mario Kart together, like while we're sitting and doing things. Like, it's just, I don't know how to describe, but it's really nice to be able to do that shared experience. We're in the same room. I don't know if I have like a cohesive thought or declarative statement about this other than I enjoy playing video games with you, Jackie.
Gross.
I snotted a little bit. I need to blow my nose. Part of that is because I've been sneezing. Part of it is because you made me laugh unexpectedly.
Sorry.
I leaned into the microphone for that one.
That's
Hope
good.
everybody
It's
likes
important to do that.
That's my Twitch persona now, is the sneezy guy. The sneezy nose blower. All right. Jackie, we've been talking for some time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you wanted to share and or wanted to touch upon? You could have a very well thought out thing you want to touch on, or just like a passing, notion, something you wanted to address, or whether it's about your own work or about others or just DoD in general. Just putting you on the spot.
Yeah,
Is there
no
anything
pressure.
that no pressure, just come up with the absolute perfect thing to say?
Well, I'm sorry to say I don't have anything for you. I will say that it's been nice to be here. I have not been on the stream only because of my own resistance to it before. So thank you for making this relatively painless, despite my lack of desire to be on video as a rule. Yeah.
I know I'm gonna come across as biased, but I think you nailed it. You have such a better background and whole setup than I do, by the way. Can we all just acknowledge that? Like, I've got
You mean
like
all my crap behind me, my unfinished sewing projects, and yeah.
Okay, so on the Twitch stream, what we see is you well lit with a microphone that is capturing your voice perfectly, but not blocking your face. And like the other piece of it is the lights that you have in the background. Like, that's the stuff that draws the eye. We see the keyboard that looks pretty cool, like that nice little aqua blue going on there.
Don't be fooled, it's crap.
I have a serial killer blank wall behind me. Like, so
This is the basement listening party.
like, this is the basement. You're trapped in here. It rubs the lotion on his skin, or else it gets the hose again. Like, the scene you have going on is very different from the scene I have going on. Usually I have like I'm on Zoom, the background is a little blurred, so it's just like it's neutral. But I don't have the blur right now, so you can see that line in the ceiling, right? Where the wall turns the ceiling. Where is it? Yeah, like right there.
You just
see
need
where the blue turns to white?
fix the angle of your camera, like I did before I started this. If I do it
Well,
up,
my
then-
camera's internal on the laptop, so that's all I can do.
I feel like this has run its course. We're just talking about camera positioning now.
I mean, that's the way it goes. Is we cover the big stuff. I ask if there's anything else. We start talking about camera position. I start playing with the laptop. There are 13 people still watching us. That's more than I was expecting. We got to give the people a show. I'm sorry, Jackie. We just
13
gotta keep
people
going.
that need more things to do in their life, clearly.
We are clearly the Ross and Rachel of the VGM community.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I've never seen
But I know that
Friends.
I'm the
You've
Mike
seen
Trout of
Friends.
wives, so.
Yes. So the other, I did tell Jackie she is the Mike Trout of wives, which for a statistician, like,
You don't have to tell the
you know
story.
what that means. Also, I imagine that you're like kind of interested in meteorology. Mike Trout
Okay.
likes meteorology. It's not like I said you were the Bryce Harper of wives. Like, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know what that means, so, okay.
Bryce Harper is another rookie who started around the time that Mike Trout did. They were both very highly touted. I think Rookie of the Year in their respective leagues in the same year. Mike Trout's had a very much more consistently strong career.
Can I just
Bryce
say
Harper's
this
had-
is you've lost me a while ago. This needs to stop.
Keep it right here. This has been Dwelling of Duels. No, but on a more serious and more polished closing note, thank you very much, Andromeda, aka Jackie, for joining us tonight. I can honestly say, and I will die on this hill, that you have been the most fun guest for me to talk with. And I've had the best time talking with you. Shut up.
I repeat, gross.
This is Racing Games Redux. The voting period is open. You have until Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. I don't know what time Seolfer is going to be waking up or going to sleep around the voting period, but right now it's Thursday night. You've got like Friday, Saturday. You've got like 2.5 days-ish to cast your votes. You have an eternity to write reviews, but if you write them in the next 2.5 days, they will increase your votes. And I know there's some people like, oh, I don't want my votes to go up. It's really kind of cool, and it's a good thing. It's a sign that like the people who are engaged in DoD are the ones that are, you know, having the greatest weight on the impact and the results. This has been a virtual basement stream, or basement and second floor stream. Jackie's up on the second floor. On Sunday, you will have Darmok and Numa Joe and a whole lot of other people for an in-person listening party stream at MAGWest. Keep everything anonymous. That is to protect the sanctity of the votes. If you worked on a track, mark it as my song. Yeah, anyone who is new to DoD, please mark your votes as my song if you were on a song or involved in it at all. I don't want to go into it, but last month we had a little bit of a thing. So my song button is there for a reason. Jackie, am I forgetting anything?
I mean, probably, but I think you've covered the high points.
Okay, so scoop the mids, slide right, fix the snare, stay for the alts, and keep it right here, because this has been Dwelling of Doom.